Hello everyone, so here I am again. Welcome to this another pageant review video. Last video I was able to share my opinion about Kat's winning performance from Miss Supranational. So if you haven't checked it, please do. That's actually the video before this. So anyway, today we're going to discuss Reina Filipinas. So Reina Filipinas is a new national pageant. The major crown that will be given after the night has been around for so long, but been through different eras. So that's very interesting. When it was first announced, I didn't think much of it. I felt like, okay, let's see what they're gonna do. And they started like trickling down little bits of what could happen and like the promise of the show and what the national pageant is looking for. And so the casting began and I wasn't really very thrilled. There were less contestants than we expected, but coming from the tail end of MJ All-Stars, I know that this will bring something new. The solidifying factor for me, if I'm gonna follow a pageant, will be the finals night. It's really very important to get the buy-in of the community, the pageant community, through the showcasing, the practicality of it. Like, we need to see what the pageant stands for and what the pageant is capable of doing. If you haven't, can like and subscribe, and let me know if you thought that Reina Filipinas is a good national pageant. If you were impressed, if you're not impressed, let me know. And also, with the roster of winners, do you agree with them? I'll be sharing my opinions later on. So, let's start. So first, let's start with the introduction. I'm very pleased to say that this is the best introduction that I have seen after Miss Universe Philippines 2022. So that is like the very good, the best production number that in recent memory that I can think of. Miss Universe Philippines 2022 set the bar really high. Now it's Reina Filipinas time to showcase how it should be done. You know, of course, we're very familiar with the MGI style, the MGI formula of the production, and it was not all present, but it's very tasteful in terms of like how much and how, you know, the capacity of Filipinos to bring that kind of video crisp to our TVs. You know? At first, I am not expecting anything because, you know, it's Philippines. The tools that we have here doesn't really make sense to have like the MGI or MJ All-Star level of production, but oh boy, like Jojo pulled the triggers on this one. It would make sense if Nawat helped with the production, because the video is very clear on YouTube Live. This has never been a situation in any national pageant ever in the Philippines. This is the first time that we got the HD, the 4K crisp through and through without an issue. I know people may be saying like, you know, Miss Universe 2025 or 2022 were better, but I feel like this one is really good. Maybe because the venue is really small. And, you know, just to get the elephant out of the room, there were no audience. There were less people in there, but I understand because this again an inaugural pageant, nobody trusts the first, you know. Something to consider, like it's Friday, and also the season that we're in, it's rainy season, so a lot of factors actually might kind of contributed to this, but there were lack of audience there, but the shouts and like the cheers were there. So I'm glad to hear it all throughout, and I know that the tickets were on sale hours before the event because I think there were nobody's watching it on site. Maybe the visitors or like the guests of the contestants and, you know, the by invite only people. But yeah, so let's start with the very first production number headed by Emma and Miss Grand International 2025, and I love the music choice. I love it. I love it. One Night Only is a very staple pageant song that can bring you life. And as we know, like the pageant MGI is very playful, very sexy, and very like off the record. This is a different take. You know, if you're familiar with Grand International, you know how it's done there. It's very playful, it's fun, nothing much really serious. Not until the end, like the Q&A portion, but through and through, like from start to finish, it's just all fun. It's all for show. This one is like a very big leap from where we started in the national pageant scene, you know. So the production number was really great. The dancing is also great. The wardrobe is great. The music is great. The choreography is also good. And I just cannot get over like Emma doing lip sync for her life. And I felt like she wasn't able to practice that much because there was some missed lip syncing, but of course she's also dancing, she's also following information, so that's very understandable. But that woman is so very very beautiful, very glamorous on the opening stage. And also like I like the way that the contestants rotated and the way that they introduced themselves, because here's the thing, I feel like the national pageants needs to do this often. Like, do not introduce the judges anymore, do not introduce the executives anymore. I know it could be a necessity for some national pageants, but do it like this. Like, make a video, an OVB of the partners, the judges, the executives. Do it like, not really just calling them out naturally on stage. No, just edit a video of the pictures of them, the names, so they get introduced. It's a good start. Like, the way that they did it is very classy, it's very efficient. I like it. I like it. Like, okay, these are like the PDFs of the judges. You know, these are like the PowerPoint presentation of the judges, and then we're done. You know, because at the end of the day, it's not about the judges, it's about the girls competing. And that, I think, made me realize that this pageant is going somewhere in the future, because they invest more time to the girls than whoever in the back end. So I think if you empower women like that, they're gonna feel it and they will be more than happy to join your pageant. And I hope that the ladies who watched Reina Filipinas last night, actually because it's morning now, hopefully they got inspired by it, and hopefully they join the next edition next year, you know. So yeah, so the staging, the production, the video quality is very crisp, HD glossy. At least while I was watching it, I feel like I was watching an international competition, if that makes sense. So like that. Also on the introduction, there were a couple of people I've of course laid my eyes on, and I observed that they're gonna go far in the competition. I got La Union, Palawan, and Zambales. So I'll give an extra shine at Zambales later on. But I mean, the other B in 4Bs in Miss Grand International, the body is there, like the silhouette, like the way that they introduce themselves is really clear that they're really in the right pageant. And I would say, like, for La Union and Zambales, since they weren't able to win this time, maybe they can come back. I'm not really sure how the management or how the pageant would allow them, but hopefully they can rejoin because they're very very promising. Gazzini and Fuchsia just played us all. Like, their commentaries are really really funny. I feel like outside the competition itself and outside like the thinking of 3D MGI being so fun, they did Reina Filipinas even more fun, you know. Especially Fuchsia, like, wow, there were no scripts for sure. I mean, there might be some scripts, but but just the way that she hosted, I mean, it's just so funny. I love Future Ravenna. So yeah, really, really good backstage hosting. I know that this is not the formal like what you used to see in Binibining Pilipinas and MUPH, but this is like a breath of fresh air. This is what we need in a fun environment, like an MGI competition, which is Reina Filipinas. So yeah, so I think there are 21 ladies competing, so they kind of cut it into 14, I believe. So they did like the swim competition. I love the swimmers. I think gold, yellow. I mean, I love the fit for almost every one of them. Obviously, you will see like if you're gonna factor in physique, not all of them are very physique capable of the MGI stereotype, you know. But no shaming on that. I would just say like if I'm the owner, I am looking for something that will fit into my brand. From a lot of the swim performances that I've seen, these are the standouts for me. Iloilo, Mariveles Bataan, Palawan, San Mateo, and Zambales. So Iloilo, I didn't have much to really comment about because she's really that good. In Pasarela, I think a default number one. But when Palawan came in, I felt like, wow, this is it. This is it. This is our time. Because usually, if you follow pageantry, if somebody wins Miss Swimsuit or for sometimes like Miss Gown, they're gonna win. You know, obviously they're gonna win. So when I saw Palawan's performance, I was like, okay, this is it. She's gonna win. She's gonna win the whole thing. And the way that she was scored, it was crazy. It's perfect 10, and which I agree. Nothing much really to pinpoint on that performance. I also love Zambales. She's really my second best, and then Iloilo. She's very beautiful. She's very MJ coded. So I hope that she considers, if not next year, the next year to rejoin, because she's very promising. She's very beautiful, and the body, I hope that she takes care of it. Yeah, we'll discuss more of Zambales later on, but I love her performance as well. Next, they cut into gowns. Palawan did amazing. She's almost like number one for me, but I'm not really sure. I like the gown, but not too much. But when I saw Iloilo, I was like, oh, this is hers as well. So it's Palawan versus Iloilo. So I know that Iloilo gonna win. Regardless, if not the MGI, the top crown, she'll become all stars. Doesn't matter. So yeah, so when Iloilo came out, it's like, wow, that was really breathtaking. Like her performance through and through were amazing, and I wouldn't really contest the score. It was really, what do you call that? It was really justified by the way that she performed. So of course, there's Palawan and Iloilo. I just want to also insert Zambales. So she's my second best in the gown as well. So basically, in the swim, it's Palawan, Zambales, and Iloilo. In the gown, it's Iloilo, Zambales, and Palawan. So she's really sandwiched in the middle. So I think Zambales has a very good face, a very good body, I would just say. So yeah, but for me, like Palawan and Iloilo is very steady. That even though like Zambales do everything like the cartwheels, like pray to Jesus, she won't be able to win against those two giants. But to come toe to toe with them is amazing. It's amazing. It's very impressive. Like Zambales, if you're watching this, if somebody really watches this, I hope that she can save up a little more and just invest on the same styling, similar styling, but upgrade it, and also train more about the aspect that we can discuss later on. But obviously, she became my favorite outside from Palawan. to win. So there we came into the statement round, and few girls actually got my interest. Palawan, Iloilos, Mateo, and Zambales. So Zambales very nervous, very nervous. I just hope that she continued on with the speech, but overall the way that she presented herself, well, actually for me, she failed on that part. Like I felt for her, like her being so nervous. So even though I am having favorites for her, I feel like she kind of like missed that part. Like in Palawan, Iloilo, and San Mateo, I feel like they delivered well. Like the fact that the question is more about protecting the girls, the women in pageantry, and having them at peace. And I feel like those three, Palawan, Iloilo, and San Mateo, gave an amazing answer. Please watch if you want to hear their statements. But I feel like those three confidently share their statements, and I like that. We also have one last Q&A, and for me, out of everybody, I would say Palawan was the best one who answered that, and I feel like she did amazingly well on the skills wise performance. So I am not really privy on her brains. I'm not really familiar on how she answered questions, so I was really amazed on how she answered it. She killed it. Like the swimsuit, the evening gown, and the Q&A, both of them, she slayed that. So through and through, I feel like Angelica, Miss Palawan, was really the number one to beat at that point. And yeah, so overall, the competition setup, the music, the choice of music, the crisps, I know that there were some glitches in between, like they're getting disconnected again. It's not about like the production mishaps. I guess it's just like the infrastructure that we have here in the Philippines, the internet connection, like that's crazy. But they did what they could, and still it's very crisp, it's very HD, it's going back to normal. Though it's just glitched for a second and then they go back. So yeah, so overall, after the competition, I know that Palawan would be winning Miss Grand International. That but I'm not really sure if they're gonna give it to Alexi Iloilo. So yes, so before we go to the crowning moment, I just wanna say that again, Emma is really amazingly beautiful. The gown is perfect for her. The speech was perfect as well. Very relatable, and also like, again, I think nobody talks about what Emma had been through the past few months. If you know, you know. Not only because, but I think it's just one of those moments wherein the queens are divided into separate entities, and you couldn't really choose one. The switch from the old pageant to this new one was really like very hard for her, for sure, because she won during the old pageant, and then now she's being a pilot of this new one. So it's very hard to distinguish how she might be feeling, and of course we don't know, and I don't think that we have any rights to say how she should feel. But on the time of her final walk, it's amazing. I really like it. I respect her a lot. She has become one of my favorite queens as well. So right, cheers for you, Emma. So of course she's leaving, so we're gonna crown a new one, right? So this, I think, is very weird. I'm not really sure how many of the contestants have competed globally, I mean internationally, but on top of my head there was just two contestants who competed internationally. Three, including Angelica. Like Angelica International, Alexi at Miss Intercontinental, which she won, and also Patricia from Manila, the trans woman who competed at MIQ. So those three. So basically, the crowning moment was very weird for me. because I don't know if there are other girls who competed internationally. So calling them out as winners, I feel like it's very anticlimactic for me. There's no competition really. So I must say, if they're gonna do it again next year, they need to have a separate screening for the people who already competed. So internationally for MJ All Star spot, because I don't think that it's fair for them to compete in a MGI national setup. But again, they're welcome to compete. You know, nobody's really telling them. But this is what I feel like, because they have sure crowns already. So if I am one of the competitors, I would know that there's no other place for me to go. This is just to be the MGI, you know? And for them, so for them who already competed internationally, I feel like they need more flowers. They didn't have to compete. They can be just assigned. You know, let's say for example, you had these three, right? Angelica, Alexi, and Patricia. Hold a call back for them. Like, call them back. Hey, you three, come back. We just need two. We can appoint two. So which one of you would like to compete on the national pageant? You know, and the others would be our representative. You know, because it's very weird that they called Patricia, they called Alexi, when they actually gonna be expecting it. You get me? There's no thrill in that. Of course, it's a very happy moment. They get crowned, but I do feel like there's not much of intensity at the end. So overall, I think that's just my critique. Like, as a viewer, not anybody else. You know, this is just an opinion. I feel like they need to do it differently next time. Maybe just appoint and then not let them compete. And of course, when you compete in the national pageant, there are also resources for you to give away. And if ever, if you will be winning MJ All Stars, you might want to save, because it's a money competition. So not competing in the national pageant would save them time and will do them more good than them proving themselves and later on crowning them. You know, I mean, I feel like there's no use of them competing. But again, I understand that they have to compete, especially in this inaugural edition, because nobody knows yet what the outcome would be. But I know that there's really two positions vacant, and then there's three of them. So most likely all of them will be crowned. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and it happened. It's actually happened, because the MGI 2026 for the Philippines is Miss Palawan Angelica Lopez, which I feel like a long time coming. I needed her in Miss Grand International. I was waiting for her. So when she won Binibini, I was like, oh, really? She might be so nice for Binibini Filipinas to trust her that crown, like Binibini Filipinas. And obviously, like the international crown, like the Miss International, they have prototype. Even though they say they don't, the records don't lie. So she got placed. I'm not really sure why, but she's really doing well until she didn't. She did place there, and I was so broken for her, because I felt like it's not the pageant for her. The way the skills and the showcase, the showmanship that she has really is for MGI, and I'm very happy that they crowned her. Like, she already stepped foot in the battle that she's really needed. And with that, I would say, like, we have a high chance of winning again next year. It could be a back to back, because I didn't really expect like Angelica to have like this amazing brain and amazing comm skills. This time, she's proven to me that she's ready. She has improved, and although I don't really followed her that much in the beginning, I feel like this is the best time for her to flourish, and just the perfect timing of everything. I love her, and I love that she won. So now, this is another weird thing. When she was crowning, it seemed like the MJ All-Stars were like the runner-ups. I know that they're still like in equal footing for sure, but Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird because Reina Filipinas, I don't know. I don't even know. Like, I know in Bidi Pilipinas that has the same feel, right? But pretty much, I know for sure, like, oh, they're gonna be crowning Miss International, which is like the highest crown out of the bunch. But now, I feel like I don't know what to feel, like, because the MJ All Stars were there. So, which one, right? But I guess they just share the same level of crowns. But I don't think so as well because MJ All Stars is another level, right? Another level of achievement for you if you competed in international competition. Competing at MJ All Stars is another different league. Yeah, with that said, I'm very, very happy with the result. I'm very happy with the overall show. I hope that other national pageants will follow suit. This kind of preparation and efficiency. Not really sure about the timing if it took them so long because of the sponsorship breaks, but overall I was very impressed. Very impressed by the timing, the music, the camera angles, the video quality is amazing. So congratulations again, Sir Jojo Bergais, for an amazing show, amazing national pageant. This is for me leading already. Like, I know this is like an inaugural setup, but imagine what they could do in the second edition, right? I know that they are in a smaller venue now, but for sure on the second edition, ladies would be coming in there, battling it out, and that extravagance of a showcase is what we needed in pageantry. And the type of questions, I love it as well. Yeah, there were just two questions, but they were very, very relevant, you know? Nothing much super OA, super what the hell are you trying to do with the girls questions, but I really love it. So if I'm gonna score it, since they're scoring live, right? The girls in the pageant, which I really love to. Also, shout out to Gotchabel. I love you, girl. And also Mr. M5, Michael Cinco. Amazing, amazing judge. So I'm gonna give it 8.5 for now. Not your typical score in pageantry, but 8.5 is the highest that I could give, which is the highest score that I gave on a national pageant. You know, I gave 7 in MUPH 2022, so this would be a lot higher than what I expected to give, because I want them to fulfill what's lacking during this one. The things that we observe as fans, I want them to showcase in the next edition. But those are just like small, minute details. Overall, the basics are really, really smoothened. Also, the host Sean and Joy, very effective host. I wanted to see them the next episode as well, next edition as well, to host the show. They didn't take much time. I know Joy, it's like she's like over it, but I really love Joy, so I really enjoyed her performance, her hosting skills on this one, and also me getting introduced to Sean. It's amazing. So yeah, that's it. What do you think about the pageant? What do you think about the whole competition? I feel like it's just, for me, breathtaking, for the lack of better term, because it's a new type of pageant that we're getting into, and they delivered. They did not disappoint. And again, I'd just like to say congratulations to Emma as the national director, and Jojo for being the creator and the owner of this whole national pageant. This is magnificent. So just continue doing the job that you do, and also just continue supporting the queens now that they're joining. Yeah, there's another one who won actually. Just want to address this with Manila Patricia Lorenzo, I believe. So congratulations as well to Patricia, also like Alexi, and obviously our MGI Angelica. So yeah, I didn't talk much about Patricia because I feel like the performances that she gave didn't really took my time, to note, or I wasn't really impressed, for the lack of better term, but that's not a bad thing. She did really well still, but there's really people who come out forward and really did really good. So yeah, congratulations again. Just like I said, she still win. Nothing much weak. No competition in there. So congratulations to Patricia, Alexi, and of course our Miss Grand International, who will be representing us in Thailand, I believe, this year, Angelica Lopez. I'm very, very happy, and I'll be tuning in your journey. So if you haven't, like and subscribe, and see you on the next coverage. Bye.